So today we're going to do Get Ready With Me. I'm going to begin with brows today. I'm going to use this, the Brow Gal, and the color is medium brown 04, and it has a pencil, it has a sharpener in the lid, and I'm going to put a nice point on this pencil before I begin. It sharpens to a really fine point, and you're able to draw individual brow hairs. So I'm going to begin in the front. So I have my brows on. Let's go ahead and set those. I'm going to use the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Try to make these brows look feathery. Let's do a primer. I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Extended Eye Base today. I'm going to put that on. Do y'all like my fingernails? They're almost exactly the color of my hands. It's tough to find that right nude color. I can't stand it when it looks it looks yellowy. It's a yellowish color. The pinky nudes look better on my hands. I'll put, I think it's a Sally Hansen lightless gel. I'll put it here when I edit, and then I'll put a link in the description box so you can check that out. Today I'm going to use some Charlotte Tilbury shadows. It's from the Stars in Your Eyes palette. It's basically in the color family that her Pillow Talk colors are in. And I'm going to use I'm going to start with a nudie color over here. It's in Love Eyes in the first little trio section. Everybody has one of these type colors in their kit, in their collection. It's a warmish, peachy nude. So plot out my look. Then I'm going to take a warm chocolatey color and put it in from the Happy Eyes section trio of this palette, and I'm going to put it out here in the outer V. So I'm planning on going downtown today to King Street to shop at the big Sephora. It should be, hopefully it'll be quiet downtown. It's a Monday. I ordered a new pair of sneakers last night. I can't wait to share them with you. They're dress-up sneakers. They're not sneakers for they're not sneakers for the gym. I don't know if these colors have, I don't know if these shadows have names. They don't appear to. So is anybody watching American Idol? I tried to watch it last night. It was not entertaining. So I cut it off and read my book. I'm reading a new book. It's called Educated. It's a nonfiction. It's really good. All right, then I'm gonna take a sparkly color and I'm gonna swipe it into the outside corner. This one is from it's all from the Stars in Your Eyes palette. This one's a sparkly peach. And I'm inspired to use the Pillow Talk pencil today. There it is. That's not it. That's the Tom Ford. That's the black one. There it is. Found it. We'll give it a little sharpen. So the book is really good. Educated. I'll put the picture of the cover, and the author and all that will be. I'll put the cover right there so you'll know the author and everything. It's really good. I like books about. I like gritty novels. This one's gritty. She doesn't have an easy life. Has anyone read Make Me Into Zeus's Daughter or something like that? I'll put the name of that. I'll put that book right here too. You got to read that one. That one's nonfiction. It's along the similar to Glass Castles or Glass Castle. I'm going to get a Q-tip and soften that. Matter of fact, that book is so good, I may end my work day early today so I can get back to my book. That one's really good. The one, Educated, that I'm reading now. Alright, so I just did kind of a baby wing and kept that pencil close to the lash line. This pencil sets up really fast. I think I'll put some on the bottom lash line, in between the lashes. Go back with Q-tip before it sets up. So does anybody else wear the multifocal contacts? Biotinity or something like that. I'll put the name of them right here. They're supposed to last, you know, each contact's supposed to last a month. Mine aren't lasting a month. They're expensive and I probably am doing, it's probably user error, right? I'm gonna take a wine sort of sparkly color and make it peek out from underneath that brown over here. And then I'm gonna take that peachy color I was using and put it. It actually works better with a brush than it did with my finger. So has anybody tried the Honest Beauty mascara with the primer on the one end and the mascara on the other? If so, comment here and let me know what you think of it. I'm using my Lancome Cils Booster. I think this has a cumulative effect too. I think it conditions your eyelashes. Because my eyelashes are doing better now that since I've paired this with my Rodan and Fields. Using the Rodan and Fields at night and then this in the morning underneath my mascara. I feel like my lashes have improved since I've started this. Of course, it could just be that you hit a point with the Rodan and Fields when you start noticing that it's working. Okay, I'm going to finish putting on my mascara and I'll be back in a minute. I don't want you to get bored. At the end of one of my videos, I asked for you to put video requests in the comments. And one of the requests was for what to do about under eyes. And my response was the problem bags, crepiness, or dark circles? Her answer was dark circles. So when I do faces for weddings and events and headshots for businesses, that sort of thing, I always ask, because what I see may not be the same thing that the client sees. Do you have any concerns? Anything that you want me to adjust, camouflage, make less evident? And dark circles is a common concern. So today I'm going to give you some pointers on dark circles. Sometimes dark circles are caused by ethnicity, and sometimes they're caused by diets, inflammation. But regardless of what the cause is, I'll give you some pointers. I think a little bit of under eye, a moisturizer specifically for that area is a good start. So I'm going to begin with an under eye cream, and I'm going to use this one that we sell at our Medi Spa. It's the Restorative Peptide Eye Cream. I'm going to take a really small amount so I don't end up with too many products underneath my eyes. And I'm going to pat that around here. Next, I'm going to take a corrector. I'm going to stop. I'm taking this peach corrector. It is Femme Couture, and I bought this at Sally's. The point of it is that it's a peach color corrector, and here where I'm shadowed is where I'm going to put that. I'm going to take a concealer brush and I'm going to pat that in. I'm especially blue up there around my eyes. So the corrector neutralizes. And something to keep in mind, and if you're having problems diffusing it, you can take your finger. I'm patting, I'm not wiping. I've noticed when I give makeup lessons and I let the person put their own makeup on, they put a product on and then they brush or wipe vigorously and wipe it back off. So if you've tried everything, my viewer who left this request in the comments said she had tried everything. Possibly something she has in her arsenal is effective. She's just putting it on and wiping it off. All right. So I'm going to let that set up a little bit before I go in with my bright. I've neutralized, and then I'm going to go in with my concealer. While we're letting that set up, I already have on my makeup today, and I just removed my under eye my makeup from here to here and here so that I could show you this. All right. Now I'm going to take a lightweight concealer. This one's also called Dark Circle. It's called Eraser Dark Circle. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the color Brightener. So the under eyes is about the color of the rest of my skin, but I like bright. So I'm going to add this over the top. And I'm using very light layers. That's something else you want to do. Since you're going to add multiple products, you're going to need to add light layers so it doesn't get cakey. And I'm still patting with the concealer brush. It's a flat concealer brush. So there, completely concealed. Now I'm going to check that under area, make sure it's smoothed out. I'm going to make sure it's completely smooth, and I'm going to set it. And I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm going to use a lightweight, fluffy brush, very soft, lightweight, fluffy brush to set. And I'm using the 05 from Wayne Goss. So I'm loading my brush and patting that underneath, setting all that concealer, still patting. And I'm flicking a little bit and make sure there's no excess powder now. And while we're on the subject of correcting and then immediately wiping off, when I'm giving makeup lessons and there's a concern and they're trying to correct it and then they say, my concealer doesn't work, I'm going to, for example, age spots. I have one hiding here. Let's see if we can find, here's one that's a little more obvious up here. I'll uncover it. That one's not showing very much. My skincare must be working. There's one here also. So you don't necessarily have to take concealer. I'm taking my stick foundation and I'm taking a little brush like this. And as Lisa Eldridge would say, pinpoint correcting. Now I'm just feathering the edges. I'm not touching where the spot itself is. I'm just feathering the edges, and that spot's completely gone. Now let's see about this spot. And I'm just patting the edges, feathering it out. There. And there's a little, that was a mark where I over exfoliated and excited my skin. And there you go. So I hope those tips were helpful. If you have any other makeup concerns and you'd like me to do a video specifically on that, leave it in the comments. Y'all have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Ta-ta. I have my mascara on. I use this one by Grandiose. It's a brown. And now we're going to move on to foundation. I'm making sure I don't have any shadow under my eyes. I'm going to use this Airbrush Pro Performance HD Airbrush Makeup in NC20. It sounds awfully light. Doesn't look light though. I have a damp Beakey brush, Beakey, you know what this is, sponge. And I'm going to apply that to the sponge. I picked out this foundation this morning just because I wanted to use something different. Didn't want you to get bored seeing the same foundation over and over again. Last night I used the Farmers, I think it's called Farmers. It's a glycolic and glycolic acid and moisturizer mixed together that I think it's a mask maybe, or I don't know, that you can wear overnight. So I bet tomorrow, it doesn't start causing flakiness in the first 12 hours. I think it's after 24 hours. In my experience, it doesn't say that. That was the treatment I used. That was the skincare I used last night. Because I'd been on the subject of dark spots with one of you, and I wanted to see if it would change the amount of pigment in these spots. I'm not too concerned with my spots. I purposefully laid out in the sun in the fall when it was still warm without sunscreen on my face. And I did in fact freckle. That's the HD foundation. All right, I'm going to use a different eye product today. Since we're talking about under eyes, I'm going to use the Dr. Brandt Needles No More, No More Baggage today. It definitely has an apricot-y color. So for my viewer who has dark circles, this is another product you might want to try. I've already used the Restorative Peptide eye cream underneath my eyes before I cut on the camera this morning. All right. So that's got a treatment and a corrector in it. So I'm going to move on to something else while that penetrates. Let's put on some setting powder that's a little bit warmer than the foundation. I'm going to use this Smashbox Halo. It's called Halo to Go and it's in medium. It's a little warmer than what I have on. And I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk powder brush. And I'm going to put it in my contour areas. The reason I'm putting it in my contour areas is so I'm going to use a powder contour today and I don't want it to grab. This would have been a good product to show you when I did my products I've been using for 5 years. I'm pretty certain I've had this at least that long. I'm not sure why I don't go back to it. I may just leave it on my desk here after today. All right, now I'm going to use a contour and I'm going into this palette because it has nice cool contour powders in it. Contour colors. My fake tan is worn off and I'm too lazy to redo it right now. I'm going to use the brush that comes with this palette. Now I'm going to bronze a little bit. The first color I used was this deep contour, and now I'm using this. It's called medium contour. It's warmer too. The first one was I'd say this Airbrush Foundation that I used today is a little matte. All right. Now that we have, I'm pretty sure my corrector treatment, my No More Baggage, it's eye depuffing gel. I think it also corrects circles. Now that that's set up, I'm going to apply my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, which is also a corrector. It's called Eraser Dark Circles. Never fear, I have like 3 more bottles of this. It's a stubborn piece of hair. Fix that. I'm going to take the Beakey this time and pounce that. We're supposed to have some great weather this week. I think it's supposed to warm up really good on Thursday. Like 72 or 3. If we have a spot of sunshine, I'll be out in it. Let's put some right here. This uplifts the corners of your mouth. If you have downturned corners, this will help. I'm going to take my pencil brush and diffuse this a little bit. Let's see, what do I have on this? Just some of the colors that I used on my lid is what's on this. Now I'm going to take a blush. This is a busted up palette from Viseart. I'm going to take this really bright one right here. It's the middle one on the coral side. This is the Rose Coral palette, I believe. That's right. And I'm going to take some from the middle one from the coral side. And I'm going to take this across here like this. Across my nose. Like that. This is a oval mop brush from Hobby Lobby. I think it's a natural hair brush. I think it's goat hair. All right. Now I'm going to take the Jouer Skinny Dip with my high cheekbone FO3 from Sigma. Let's do a lip. I'm going to go get a lip pencil. I'm not sure I have anything in here that I'm inspired by today. I'm going to use this Buxom pencil. It's called Plump Lip Liner in Hush Hush. There's the beginning. And then I'm going to use this lip gloss from Tom Ford, and it is called number 13 Impulse. I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder and diffuse that under eye shadow, set my under eye concealer, and brighten. It serves lots of purposes. This look got a little bit, this foundation sets up pretty matte. It looks great. I would say this foundation would hold up great for a wedding, for an event, through dancing. And I'll show you a follow-up picture of this foundation after I get through with mine. I'm going to take 2 classes today. I'm going to take a flow class and then a bar class. And I'll show you how my makeup stood up to that. I feel like I want a glowy setting spray, so I'll be back. I bet sometimes when Heather watches my videos, she wonders why aren't you using the so-and-so? Well, here's one of the so-and-sos. I would get it nice and scuffy, so I would assume that means it needs to be shaken. Okay, this is Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. I'm going to try not to mess up my hair with it. Oh, it's stuck. Why is it stuck? It feels like it needs some soaking or something. All right, and now I'm going to pounce it. I don't know what happened to it. That's sad, isn't it? Are y'all as sad as I am? Well, poop. Oh well, that ends that demo. I'll figure out what I did wrong. I wonder. Oh, it looks pretty cloggy. Well, we can do this. Boy, that made it glowy. All right, I'll investigate, see what the issue happened there. I hadn't used that in a while. It's probably user error. All right, so I had another question regarding under eyes and being hollow under there. And what I highly recommend for that, hold on a second, is a reflective type product like this. So you take the deepest part and apply this straight to the deepest part and keep the product in the deepest part. And feather it out. I'm going to take a really soft brush. What you're going to do is, this is like before. I used to use the Radiant Pen Concealer from Maybelline. It's like the clicky, I used to call it the clicky pen. And I would put it in my deep creases like here to bounce light to make them appear less deep. So, you'll be able to see it better here. So where you have depth, put this straight in the deepest part of it. And it's like you've put filler there. It makes it look pushed up. Keep the product, again, don't put the product on and then wipe it off. Keep the product where you put it. You're just feathering the edges. Like that. So it fakes volume, this illuminating. See, it makes it look like that, it puffed that out. Can you see that? So try that wherever you have hollowness, and it'll give the illusion of more volume. I put a lot out on my hand, so I'm using it up rather than wasting it. All right. Let me know if that helps you out any. I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready with me. And I plan on taking you along with me to run my errands today. Hopefully there'll be something fun to share. Y'all have a great day and leave your comments below. Also give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Y'all have a great day.